Yo! In this video, as I said in the title, I will be ranking all the elevator cards from worst to best in a tier list. This video does not try to give my opinion. I tried to make the ranking as fair as possible. So, with anything else to say, let's begin. So, we will start with the F tier cards. I highly recommend to not pick these cards because the boost they give is minimal compared to other cards. Let's begin with, objectively, the worst in the game. And that card is Frugal. Yeah. Frugal can only be taken once per run, and the boost might seem good at first. 10% discount on Dandy's shop seem great, right? Well, it isn't. I mean, Dandy usually does not sell good stuff, so intelligent people won't buy at his shop. This makes that, on an average run, everyone except Sprout and Tegan have saved tons of tapes. In other words, when you get to floor 10, you won't need tapes at all. Overall, don't pick this if you don't want to waste a card. And the other card at F tier is Penny Pincher and its variant.
But Sprouta, Penny Pincher is great for Sprout.
Will some people say in comments. But just listen. These cards give 45 tapes each. And, since the tapes are not an issue in general on this game, you know what I'm going for. And even if you're a Sprout, this card sucks because it doesn't even give you a heal. Why would you want 0.45 heals when you can literally have 8 using medical attention correctly? This isn't the worst card because I could understand that some people get this at floor 3 since you don't have much tapes on early floors. Now it's turn for the C tier cards. These cards are bad, but not as bad as the F tier ones. The worst card on the C tier is Decency. These cards are more useful than the others that appeared on the F tier, but it's not much going for it. The extra time is not needed if your team knows how to play the game. I would recommend to have one of these cards on floor 11 because you never know when a Roger won't make it to the elevator in time, but the 30 default seconds should be more than enough. And the last card on C tier is Lost and Found and its variant. This card doesn't fit on any rank, so I dropped it on C+. This card is just playing with luck. You may get a double medkit or just some rotted gum, you never know. Since this card is just luck-based, I would only use it if the other card options are the 3 cards that appeared earlier on the video. Now we have the B tier cards. These cards are not bad, but they are not as good as the cards on A and S tier. In other words, these are the most mid cards and they will never be a bad pick if you don't know what to pick. The first card on B tier is Electrician. This card is just meh. It decreases the blackout chance by 5%. I know 5% will not seem like much, but since you are decreasing from 30% to 25%, the 5% difference becomes bigger. Overall, not a bad card, but there are better options than it. Next we have Endurance / Well-Paced. The boost this card gives is small, but it's permanent. If you think about it, if you get the 2 cards, you will get 20 stamina, and that is nice. Obviously, this isn't the card to go most of the time, but still, if you want to pick it, you won't get blamed. The third card on the B tier is Sparkplug. Even if you pick Electrician, you will get sometimes a blackout. For that situations, Sparkplug is a nice boost to have. If I have something to tell about this card, is that I think this is needed if you play on Movil. On PC you can see pretty well the blackout, but in smartphone, you don't see anything. And last but not least, on B tier we have Suppression. I love Suppression. This is my favorite card because I distract most of the time. Since only 1 out of 8 people will really use this card, it can't be higher than B. So, now it's turn for the A tier cards. These cards are as good as the S tier ones, but they have a major issue. They doesn't affect all your squad. You'll see what I'm talking about. The first card on A is Rehearsal / Practice. These cards feel so great because with them you can do a lot of cheesy strategies, such as having a 5-second ability cooldown with Rudy or being able to spam Toodles boost. This card would be on S, but some toons can't even use this card at all. Toons like Louis, Box 10 or Finn doesn't have an active, they have a passive ability. Because of this card can't be higher than A on the tier list, but it still have some amazing tricks. And then the last card on A is the healing card. This is the hardest card to use correctly on the game. In order to not waste it, I recommend you to avoid picking it most of the time. If half of your squad is injured, it isn't that bad to use the card, but if you want to get the most value in it, use it if everyone took a hit, alright? On S, we have the best cards on the entire game. Always pick them if they appear, the boost they give is so worth it. The second best card in the game is Tech Savvy. You know what's better than having, 45 tapes? You guessed it, a permanent boost on machines. I did the math and you get a 9% extraction boost, more or less. When this card is active, it might not seem much, but when you pass through floors, the difference becomes more notable because the floors become much faster. And also, since this is only one card, you can pick it up on floor 3 and never have to worry about it again. This is great, but there's a better card, and it is... The best card on the game is the one I'm picking on the footage, yeah. I'm talking about Avaricious/Covetous. These two cards are so good. The items are one of the main parts when it comes to survive, and this card just makes them better, spawning rarer items than usual. Once you take 2 of these cards, expect tons of heals, great items, or a wholesome dandy's shop because this is what this card gives. If it appears, use it without doubt. The only scenario where I would say to don't pick it is if everyone is injured and there's medical attention. So yeah, that was the video. Take a screenshot of the tier list now if you want, and if you think something different, let me know in the comments. I also want to say that I'm sick, so I couldn't upload the video yesterday. Well, with anything else to say, bye to everyone. I hope you guys make good use of this, alright?